You've landed in the US and just arrived at your gate, so you get ready to rush off the plane, scurrying past a few other passengers in the hopes that you'll be a few people ahead in what are often long immigration lines at passport control. Then you're stuck there waiting in what can be 30, 45 minutes, or even longer, depending on the time of the day and how many flights arrived ahead of you. But there is a free and easy way to zoom past those long immigration lines and make your way quickly through passport control. It's a service that's provided by the US government, it's very quick to set up, and it's all done on your phone. So here's how you can use that service to get past those immigration lines and save yourself some time the next time you land or arrive in the United States. Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter by showing you how you can make your arrival in the United States a lot smoother and also save yourself a lot of time using a service that a lot of travelers just don't know about yet. The process is done all on your phone, and although you can do this upon landing, you might not have the time on the plane, so I recommend that you start before you leave for the airport. First, you need to download the Mobile Passport Control app, or MPC for short. The app is provided by the US Customs and Border Protection and is available for free on iOS and Android devices. Setup is fairly straightforward. When you first launch the app, you're prompted to create a profile and enter in your passport information. If you're arriving via an airport, you'll select a specific one. The other option is a number of cruise ports. Either way, after you've selected your point of entry, the app will ask you to take a selfie of yourself to verify your identity. After answering some customs questions like your flight number, arrival time, the number of family members traveling with you, the standard immigration questions you're probably familiar with if you've traveled internationally, you answer those questions in the app, and afterward, you'll be presented with a QR code. And if you are traveling with family members like small children, you can add their information in the MPC app as well. At this point, you won't need an internet connection because the QR code will be in the MPC app. But what I like to do to make things a little bit easier for myself is to just take a screenshot of that QR code so that I have it and I can easily just pull it up in my photo roll and show it to the passport control officer when I arrive in the US. Once you arrive at the airport, you'll look for the MPC line. There will usually be signs and posters, and a lot of people don't notice them because those lines are just usually empty. Over 30 US international airports, 11 pre-clearance locations, as well as 4 seaports accept the MPC app, so if you don't see it somewhere on this list, just ask one of the staff which line you should be going to. And the MPC app can be used in airports that are not just in the United States, so Dublin, Aruba. There are a couple of these international locations where you can use the MPC app and also save yourself some time when you're going through passport control. And it's at this point that the MPC app just really speeds things up for you. So you've gone through the MPC line and walk up to the passport control agent. You show them your MPC app, you have them scan the QR code, and then you will show your passport as well. And that's it. It's very quick because you've already entered all your information in via the app that is scanned by the QR code, so they have your information, and if everything looks good, you just walk on through and you are done with passport control. Few people are using the MPC app. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've arrived at an airport and there literally is nobody. There will be a line at passport control with hundreds of people, and then the MPC app, which has absolutely nobody. And it's going to be great until there's mass adoption of this, so you're going to get even faster through passport control because there's just not a lot of people using it. But even when it does pick up mass adoption, when the MPC app does pick up mass adoption, there's still going to be this whole second line, this whole second area for you to go through passport control. And it's really going to spread out those very long lines that everybody else is waiting in, at least when you have the MPC app line. Even if that one gets a little bit full, it's still going to balance out the lines and just be a lot quicker for you because once you get to the passport control agent, you just scan, show your passport, and you walk on through. Like I mentioned, the MPC app is available at 30 plus US airports, while more sites are also being added. You can check the latest list of US airports that accept the MPC app on this list provided by the US government, which I'll link to in the description right under the subscribe button. The MPC app isn't an option for every traveler, but if you're a US citizen, US lawful permanent resident, Canadian B1 or B2 visitor, or someone who has previously entered on an approved ETSA, then you're eligible to use the MPC app. The information is all stored locally in the app and won't transfer over if you decide to upgrade your phone. So when you're switching phones or if you get a new phone, just keep in mind that you'll have to set up the MPC app one more time before your next trip. Using the NPC app is something that I am honestly surprised just more people aren't using because it saves you so much time. And I think if you're not a US citizen, you might not know, you might not be aware that you might be eligible to use the NPC app. So you should check that list and see if you're one of those eligible users and take advantage of this service that's provided by the US government. Even on a recent trip from the UK to the US, where I had just visited the Trove factory, the flight attendants were telling everyone that the passport lines were especially long that day and that everyone would save themselves some time if they could by using the NPC app. And so there were kind of three categories of people. There were people who just didn't, listen to the flight attendants. They just ignored it. They were too busy, getting their stuff ready to get off the plane and rush past everybody else to get a little bit further ahead in the passport line, which was long, as they said. It was longer than usual. Then there were the people who already had the NPC app, which is great for them. And then there were the people who were trying to get the NPC app while they were, deplaning, and they didn't have an internet connection or they didn't have Wi-Fi. And so they weren't able to set it up, and they ended up in the very, very long passport control line, which goes to show you that when you arrive at a new country, having an eSIM when you travel internationally is actually very useful. I've made a video about that and also have a discount for you on your first eSIM. So check that out in the description. I'll leave a link to that. But if you can use the NPC app, if you are eligible, if you are flying to the US, you should download the app, set it up before you leave for the airport when you're taking your trip, and you're going to save yourself a whole bunch of time. You're probably going to be like me and wonder, how come more people just aren't using this? And also secretly be like, kind of glad more people aren't using this because those NPC lines are pretty empty. It's pretty empty. It's almost like first class. Walk through, and then you just have to wait for your luggage. So if you checked in luggage, as of now, I don't know of an app or any magic way to save you time if you're waiting for your checked luggage. But hopefully this video does save you some time if you're going carry-on only, or just if you hate standing in those passport control lines. Like, who actually enjoys that? I don't think any of you do. So hopefully this video will save you some time the next time you arrive at the US. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful or useful, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.